All right, so my first experience with Dasher was actually pretty cool. Um, the people that all right, so the first guy I delivered to, he ordered like a lot of food, and I was at this Chinese place, and they were surprisingly, I never even heard of this place, and that's another thing that's cool about delivering with Dasher. Like you'll learn about like popular spots that you don't know about necessarily. But anyway, it was like a ton of people in there. So I got in there and I ordered my food and he had a lot of stuff and the lady had to kind of look at my phone to kind of clarify what was going on, I guess. I don't know, but basically to make sure that I didn't miss anything. It was like a really long list. So it took them forever. Like I was sitting there forever and like I finally got the food and I'm driving back. The customer started like texting me, kind of wondering where I was at. I'm like, hey man, the place kind of like is pretty much taking a long time. So I got there. I was actually I'm used to Uber customers, I guess, and I hate to bash Uber, but like I'm used to people being more upset and uptight about things, especially about time. But anyway, this guy was like completely cool, and I think I over explained it to him, like kind of trying to cover my ass more than what I should have. And he was just like, no, it's cool. And so I gave him the food and I left. And I'm thinking I'm not gonna get a tip. And I think he gave me like the biggest tip. Like it was probably like I think it was like $12 or something like that. And he had to wait for his food forever. So, but anyway, it was pretty cool. And who else? Like I went to this one guy and he just seemed like he was like a really young guy. He was at like this really like luxurious hotel, and I got up to the front, and the person who was letting I it was kind of weird. Like it was like I don't know if they've ever gotten a delivery there or not, or whatever. But like I'm holding my DoorDash bag, and I don't normally wear the shirt just because I just don't I just don't want to everybody know what I'm doing, I guess. But anyway, I was holding the bag or whatever. I told her I was from DoorDash, and it just took her a moment to kind of get everything together, I guess. Like she had to call him and all this type of stuff, and I wasn't really expecting that. But they let me up. It took a minute. They let me up, and so I get to his room, and I don't know if he was like a rapper or something. He just looked like one, and like like he had this huge fucking bracelet. It was like this huge. Excuse my language, by the way, but it's huge, like blinged out bracelet. And at that point, I knew like I had a feeling he was gonna tip me. I'm like, this dude he's balling right now, I guess. But anyway, so he gives me a tip too, which was like it wasn't like as big as the first one, but it was like, and I sound like I'm all about the money, but I am, I guess. But it was like I don't know, like $5 or something like that, which is it was all right because he was really close to where I picked up from, so it was like a quick turnaround. So I was up like probably like maybe close to like 30 something dollars an hour or 20 like close to $30 within the hour that I first started doing. Now, again, I guess I don't know. It's not always like that. I always have like really good introductions into like platforms, but you're not gonna make that like consistently, but you'll make near that, like $20 an hour, $25 an hour. But my introduction was pretty cool. I'd say like there was only one like bad customer like my first day. There's this guy, his he was in this hotel. He was like in this historic hotel that like I guess it's been there a while, and it didn't look like a hotel for some reason. So I'm getting there and I'm telling him where I'm at, and he just, I guess it was cold outside. He could have just came outside and kind of waved me down, because I'm telling him I'm at the corner of such and such, and it turned out like we were talking for so long, like trying to figure out, and I'm on the road, and he's like trying to tell me to walk a certain way and to turn, and like after all this talking, he finally comes out, and I realize he was at the place I thought he was. He was at the historic like hotel thing, and I'm like, dude, I'm thinking because the corner was maybe 15 feet away from the stairs of the hotel. So I'm like, if I told him where I was, like, why didn't he just come outside? Like, because it took forever. So that guy didn't tip me, and it was just kind of like, I don't know. It was just frustrating, and I felt like he was frustrated too with me for God knows why. I don't understand why he was frustrated, but I was definitely frustrated with him, and it was reasonable. But he didn't tip me though, and then that was like the only. That's probably like I rarely don't get tipped, but that was the only time that day that I didn't get tipped. So everything was cool. Made a lot of money, and I got a break from sitting in my car constantly. Uh, standing in a store. It gives you a break from that, I guess. But yeah, and another thing that's really cool about it is that I bought like books from like Audible. I'm just like I'm a book reader, so I've been studying just a lot of different stuff. Like I don't know, just a lot of different stuff, and just to be able to listen to whatever I want to listen to while I'm driving just takes a whole lot of steam and stress out of the day. Like you're just chilling. You know what I mean? Like you can't really beat it. But I don't want to hype it up too much. It's still a job though. So um that was my first day. All right. Um Hopefully you enjoy it. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear what you guys got to say about that. Tell me about your first day if you've already been on the platform. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.